We are blessed today to have the Deputy General Secretary of Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union, Mr. Bamuteze, is coming to talk to us about money and professionalism. I kindly thank him for accepting to come, and I request members to stay tuned as I welcome him to take on the stage, please. Mr. Bamuteze, you're welcome.
Thank you, Madam Auma Betty. I want to thank UPSTU leadership for thinking about such an innovative venture where we need to prepare ourselves in the way we manage the money and also in the way to develop our professionalism. And I want to begin by introducing myself once again. I am Mr. Bamuteze Stanley, the Deputy General Secretary of the Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. The topic of our discussion today is money and professionalism. You'll forgive me, my video is down because we don't have power, and I'm going to use the audio, but I'm sure the audio is the most important, that everybody will listen and at least pick something out of this. So, to begin with, friends, I want to define a few terms here, and these terms are going to help us understand this before we divulge into the topic. First of all, what is money? I'm sure all of us understand that money is a medium of exchange of goods and services, but it is just one of them. There are others, like we can use barter trade to exchange goods for service or goods for goods. Then professionalism, it is a consistent mode of behavior, conduct, and attitude of someone in a work or business environment. That mode of conduct or attitude that someone will exhibit that is going to make him acceptable, that is going to make him efficient in performing his professional duty. And friends, I want to bring to your attention that the characteristics that connotate or that translate into professionalism include responsibility, integrity, accountability, excellency, and effective communication. Members, as a professional, there is some degree of responsibility that is expected from you and me. That's why even when we are in our communities, the members are going to begin by saying, that one is a teacher. And they will elect you in a position whether you are present or not, because there is some level of responsibility attached to the profession of a teacher. Then integrity, they expect integrity from us. And by integrity, they want us to be honest, they want us to live the talk. Some of us, some people, some professions, people are very good at talking, but not good at living the talk. But they expect us to live the talk, to be honest, and to stick by the principles of humanity and justice. Then accountability is where they expect most of us to actually to be responsible and transparent in the management of funds, in the management of the things, and in the execution of our duties. And that is what we call accountability. Then excellency. By excellency, they expect us to behave like experts, especially in our areas of specialization. Like, for example, a teacher's area of specialization involves communication, so you must be an effective communicator. It involves child upbringing, that is parenting, marriage, etc. And of course, lastly, from professionalism, we expect effective communication. So in this topic, our major intention is to discuss how, as an individual whose salary has been enhanced, or who is earning a salary from my professional service, how can I live with my salary, improve it, live with it, but maintain my professional expectations so that the community looks at me still as a teacher who is worth of the calling of a teacher. And this is the reason why we are having such a topic, to bring together the professionalism and the money and the search for money so as to grow. Because we cannot separate, you cannot say that teaching should be done without money. Actually, the reason most of us are teaching is from it we earn a living. And how do we earn a living? Through the earnings. And therefore, when someone gets salary, like our chairperson introduced it, she told us that before the enhancement, we were living on a fairly low income. And from, of course, out of the struggles that we engaged in as a union, out of the favor that we received from the president, plus of course, the strategic legislation done by the union, that is UPSTU, we've achieved the salary enhancement. And this has seen a teacher, a graduate teacher, move from 1.2 million shillings to 4 million shillings. And a diploma holder move from 800 to, from 800 to 2.2 million shillings. And I want to tell you, this comes with its own challenges. That stride made in the earnings of a person will come with its own challenges. And these are the things as a union we feel we need to address and have our members forewarned, or have our members enlightened on the expectations and on the way to go. I want also to bring to your attention that partly we needed this to prepare ourselves so that we plan and live a better life. Now, what are those risks that come along with a major raise in salary increment in your earnings? One of the risks that someone stands, or challenges that can be caused by a mega raise in one's income, include overspending. Some people are tempted to think we have much more than we need, and therefore they tend to overspend, and that alone is a challenge, because when you overspend your money, chances are it will not take you through the journey that you need to go. Number two, most people are tempted into impulse buying. You know, someone can sit in the staff room and then there are hawkers who are bringing several items for sale. And you'll find someone who left home to go and work and expecting to come back and manage a few things at home. Then when he's there, he's tempted to buy a wall clock. He's tempted to buy a pair of shoes. He's tempted to buy a pair of trousers. But all these were not part of his budget. So impulse buying is another challenge that most people have faced, because they feel the money is there. And when you do this, you know, it is very easy to earn, to get 1 million shillings. But it is also very easy to spend it in a day. And when you spend it in a day, before you realize your account will be dry, and in the end, your professionalism is going to go down, as we shall see as we move on. Another challenge that people face include raise in status beyond the reality. Some people begin to live much bigger, to feel they are very big, and they start going to very big hotels. They start eating. Someone who used to eat lunch of 5,000, he says, now bring lunch of 20,000, bring this of 40. If you're having a small car, you go for a very big car, and big cars come with a big fuel consumption, and in the end, you realize someone is living beyond his reality. And when you live beyond your reality, you become the talk of the village. You become the talk of the place. Even when you are managing your money, but you are spending it like you are the big shot in town, then your professionalism is at stake, because teachers are supposed to be modest and prudent. Then, of course, as a result of overspending, impulse buying, raising and living beyond your means, of course, in the end, like it or not, there will be a lack of money. And when you lack money, this means that the person is going to begin living, but in dire need. And you'll realize in the staff room, our counterparts will begin saying, now, how you see, they're earning 4 million. And then you become a laughing stock because you are not managing your finances to the expectation. Then, of course, as a result of the lack of money, you begin borrowing. Friends, I want to tell you, my survey is revealing that over 50% of the people that have been enhanced have gone for very big loans. Some are running loans of 80 millions, 70 millions, 50 millions, 40 millions, 30 millions, and these have imposed a pinch on their income. Imagine someone who is earning 2.2 million shillings, and then he goes for a loan of 40 millions. This would mean that each time you earn your money, the bank will be picking around 750,000 shillings and leaving you with around 800,000 shillings to live by. And as you live by this, you invest this money in somewhere, and in the end, every month you are earning 800, which is exactly what you used to earn before the enhancement. And should the business fail to thrive, you are going to resort into borrowing from X, from Y, from Z in order to make ends meet. And as you do this, where is it leaving your professionalism? Where is it leaving your reputation? Because a teacher in society is thought to be, or is expected to be, that person who commands respect, that person whose reputation is not tainted in any way. And when you borrow the money from 2, 3 sources, it means at one point they will discuss you. And as they discuss you, you are losing the professional respect that must be given to you. And therefore, friends, that is another very big challenge. And our survey indicates that majority of the teachers have gone for these loans, have ventured into business. Some of them are thriving, others are not flourishing. And when they don't flourish, they have to look for ways of making ends meet. And when they do this, professionalism is at stake. Also, some of them who have gone for very gigantic projects, they find it very difficult to leave the project and go to teach. Remember, forgetting that the backing for these loans was the professional work they were giving. And this makes them inefficient as teachers and many, many other things. Another challenge, I mean, as a result of excessive borrowing, someone is going to lose the respect. And when you lose your respect as a teacher, you've lost it. Friends, a teacher must have what we call moral authority. But when you lack this respect, you'll not command the authority, you'll not be a good example to the learners, and therefore you are no longer fit for teaching. And that's why it is very important to attend to this lesson, so that at the end of it, we're going to look at solutions. How do we overcome this? When you look at another challenge that would come with a mega stride, a mega increase in the pay, is change in the lifestyle. Some people are tempted to change their lifestyle. Someone who used to go to school, from school, you go to the staff room, from the staff room, you go home, spend your evening with your family, have a happy family that is exemplary in the village. You now begin going to the beaches to happen with the ladies, slave queens, and the like. And in the end, remember, a teacher is like a white cock. As you are happening with the slave queens, as you are going to happen and drinking and dancing and doing everything, our students are watching. And as they watch, what example are they taking? As they watch, where is it leaving you in terms of moral authority, in terms of being an instructor of the learning? In the end, you are going to realize that it also puts your professional life at stake. Some people have changed dress codes. Someone is now going for very expensive but short dresses, and they think and they want to match with now what is trending. And as you fight to match with what is trending, I want to tell you, at the end of it all, you are losing it, because a teacher is a parent. A parent is a conserver of the moral standards of society. Now, when you begin, because of the money, you are tempted to now change the dress code from decent to indecent, then I want to tell you that is now going to put our professional life at stake. And of course, some people are tempted to go into, when as they announce, teachers are getting 4 million shillings. Today, the image of a science teacher has changed, has kind of changed. Even when you go to church and they say he's a science teacher, at least they will give you a seat, and this brings some respect. And when it brings the respect, there are some schemers, and these are looking for someone to maybe to throw into their bed. The sex workers are there, so there is a sex trap that has been laid for science teachers, and this all will taint their professional life. Friends, I want to tell you that when we indulge in the above practices, this would cause us what we call financial stress. Some people have not yet started borrowing, but they have very cardinal indicators of financial stress. And I want to share with you a few of the indicators, because you could be having one or two of these signs. And these are warnings, and then we shall see how to go about it. So what are the indicators of financial stress? One, lack of saving. Some people will live at their earning, the salary is enhanced. It is now 2 years down the road, but there is no saving. And if you are living without a saving, it means you are under financial stress. And we may not save. We save in two ways. We save in assets. We save in banks. But when you look at yourself in the 2 years that you received the enhancement, how much have you saved? If you don't have any saving that has been created, then I want to tell you, it could be indicating that you are living under financial stress. Another sign of financial stress is inability to invest. When, as science teachers, we expected to spend most of our time at school, but as we spend most of our time at school, we need to also think of a future. And as you think of a future, there must be something saved, and from the savings we invest somewhere. Most of us have spouses, most of us have partners that can work and can manage these businesses. Or even if you don't have them, you can hire someone. It would be very prudent for you to be a teacher somewhere, but you have a running business because you've managed your savings very well and you have something to invest. So when you don't, you leave some time and you cannot have any investment to show for it. I want to tell you, it is a sign that you are under financial stress. Another sign that indicates financial stress is fear of taking risks in business. Those people that are under financial stress, when he gets money, he feels he has so many what ifs. What if my money is lost? What if this happens? So they don't take any risk in life in terms of business. And I want to tell you, whether you like it or not, the job you are having is not your job. You cannot include it in your will. You cannot say, because I'm retiring, my firstborn will take over. No, he has to qualify in his own path. And I want to tell you, the only thing that you can do is to take a risk, start a business, because it is that is going to enable you face retirement with ease. So when you have fear to take risks in business, I want to tell you, it is also another sign of financial stress. Another one is fear of retirement. Some people are all the time worried about retirement. it is a stressor because he feels he's not prepared. He feels, what happens? What if this earning comes? What if this earning stops? What if this happens? Because he's not prepared. Another thing is hot temper. The people that are under financial stress, they are hot-tempered most of the time because they feel they have no other chances in life, and they are all the time stretched in terms of finances, and that results into hot temper. At home, they are not at peace. At school, they are not at peace. They are at all times gossiping and etc. And that is that's also an indicator that you are under financial stress. Another one, and maybe the last one in the interest of time, is anxiety about purchases. When someone thinks about buying something, he feels like, should I buy? Even after buying, his heart is not settled. He's all the time thinking, have I made a mistake? Will my balance take me through the month? And things like that. And that is also another indicator that you are living under financial stress. So members, if you are living, if you have any of those signs, because today's discussion is not targeting only showing us the negative, the challenges, the risks, the indicators of risks, but if I have one or two of those, how do I overcome? How do I break the bad money habits and break even so that I have financial freedom? And therefore, friends, I want to take you through quickly those steps that are going to give you financial freedom. And as you gain the financial freedom is going to bring back the respect of a teacher to you as a teacher, and hence maintain professionalism. How do we behave in the face of money and also maintain our professional status as members of the teaching fraternity? So how to break bad money habits and have financial freedom. These are the steps. Number one, a person that is going to break even financially must implement the 24-hour rule. 24-hour rule. What does this mean? In the 24-hour rule, when you get the money, it wouldn't be prudent for you to get the money and spend it immediately. When you get the money, at least keep it for 24 hours before spending it. Why are we saying 24 hours? In the 24 hours, you'll get chance to think about what to spend your money on. And when you think about it, chances are very high that you're going to spend the money on the right cause. Most of the time, people are spending money, but what they are spending the money on isn't the priority that they would be undertaking. But because they are exercising impulse buying, that alone can cause you financial stress, and financial stress is going to make you desperate and then throw away professionalism and hence lose it as a teacher. Step number two, create and stick to a budget. Some of us are living, but when you go and ask him, where is your budget? On which budget are you living? Most of us are not living on any budget. You earn, that is, the president calls it ZZ, yeah. Whatever you earn, you spend it. Whatever you earn, you spend it. So you spend as you receive. Meaning, if I receive the 20, I will spend 20. And I want to tell you, without a budget, everything you spend on is the right one. But I want to tell you, as you spend on everything as the right one, you will not be managing your future. The people that are moving forward in life, at one point they project themselves, they project their income, and they project and they come up and suggest their expenditure votes, and then they give them in terms of percentages, including the saving. So come up with a budget and stick to the budget. This is going to enable you to avoid things like impulse buying, to avoid things like overspending, to avoid things like just landing on something and you buy it all over. And then it will also enable you to have a salary, to have a running budget, to have some money, some credit on your account, throughout the month and even throughout the year. And when you do this, your professional life is going to be respected because they will be seeing someone who is managing his life, managing his family, and who is happy. Number three, buy using cash instead of credit cards. Today, the banks have come up with the credit cards, and this is a temptation to the members. I personally have a credit card, and with this credit card, when you go to the supermarket, it is very easy. Pick anything. It feels so easy. It's just a matter of picking and dropping in the basket. But when you go there and they swap your credit card, that amount has been picked off. So the credit cards are tempting. So at the end of it all, you realize your credit on the account is lost without your notice. So it is very advisable to buy using cash instead of credit cards. Because with cash, you'll be monitoring how much you are left with. You'll be knowing how much you need to push you through the next day and things like that. And that's going to be very, very good for you. Principle number 4, bargain. I've noticed there is this tendency because of the enhancement. The members of the Sons fraternity are now vulnerable to being cheated because someone wants to show that he has the money, and then when you go buying, you don't even have any room for bargaining. How much is this? 40. I want to tell you, when I was organizing my wedding, I went to a shop, and in that shop they told me a particular suit was at 1.2 million shillings. Now, when I tried bargaining, the man told me you pay 1.1. But it was still high. But as a result, after I moved out, I went to the next shop. I found the same suit at 1 million. That was around Cham Towers. Then I moved to a third shop. I want to tell you, friends, I found this shop later. After going to another shop, I found this suit at around 650,000 shillings. And that's how much I bought this suit. But when I got there, the seller told me he needed around 1 million. Then we bargained, and in the end, he accepted 650,000 shillings. In the end, I had 350,000 shillings saved. What does that mean? Sometimes we are cheated because we don't want to bargain, because we want to show to everybody that we are big earners. So this is so little, but as you are spending this money, whatever you spend reduces your credit on the account. And I want to tell you, before you notice, you will be out of cash, and when you are out of cash, you are going to go into a professional life involving borrowing, involving hating your friends because you've requested for some loan and the friend has refused, etc. So let's avoid that. Another principle number 5, avoid unnecessary competitions. Some of us are very busy competing. How can an arts teacher drive this kind of car? How can this one have such a type of shoe? I want to tell you, avoid unnecessary competitions. We are moving to different destinations. We are coming from different families. We are taking our families to different destinies. And therefore, friends, learn to live by your standards. Set a standard, set a budget, and stick to the budget. Some people are very busy competing. You compete in terms of shirts, in terms of clothing, in terms of feeding, in terms of transport, in terms of houses, and many, many other things, which are going to cause us lose our professionalism. So I want to appeal to colleagues. Let us avoid competitions. These competitions are not healthy at all. Another one, avoid copy pasting. Some of us, principle number 6 is copy pasting. Someone who is copying is not necessarily competing, but is copying. When someone comes with a nice dress, you say, oh, your dress is so nice. The next day you go looking for that dress. I want to tell you, copy and pasting is not a principle that is going to enable you break even. You are copying from Bamuteze, who has had the practical, and because of the requisition I made, I had a balance of 200, and the 200 I'm using it to buy a shoe. For you, you've not done any practical, you've not got any money, and you are copying from me. Are we really moving in the same direction? So live by your standards, propose a budget for your income, project how much you expect to earn, and then don't copy from anybody, because you are not moving to the same destination. Principle number 7, save something always. It is always important to save something. Now that our salary has been enhanced, I want to urge you, have some percentage of that salary that goes to your savings account. Save something. And the best way to save is you save before spending. Save according to the outlined budget. Some people want to save what remains. But I want to tell you, like in economics, what we call economics came from the fact that the demands we have are more than the resources at our disposal. You need so many things, but you have so little. So what you need is to use the little wisely. Now, when you begin using the little and say, I will save after spending, it means by the time you remember to save, remember this wasn't even enough for the needs you have. So there will be nothing at the end of it all. So what we do, save before spending. And this is going to be the best way to go. Where do we save our money? Because this is also another very big question. Preferably, let it be far from your reach. If it is possible, save in a formal bank. First, save in a bank. Save in a circle. We have a union circle, which is keeping people's money safely. Because at the time you need it, it will be available. Save in a bank, save in a designated saving point. Let's avoid the primitive way of saving, where somebody creates a small box, a small jerry can, and it keeps dropping there. The money, now what is that saving? Because the money is sleeping in your same bedroom. Anytime you need it, it's just a matter of picking the jerry can, open it, and get the money. But save it slightly far from you, such that you can even maneuver through some situations that would require you to withdraw. But because the money is not so close, it will enable you to accumulate something, and in the end, invest in something, and then life continues. So we must be ready to save for a bad day. Another thing, another principle, maybe before I leave even this issue of saving, I want to bring to your attention that also some people are saving on mobile money. Someone says, put for me 5,000 here. You work with your phone, you work with, you know the PIN. Now, is that saving? Anytime you need anything, you'll just go to the mobile money point and withdraw this money. So I want to advise friends, the best way to save your money is slightly away from your reach. Another principle number 8. Principle number 8 is live on a budget that is lower than your income. Live on a budget that is lower than your income. Some people create a budget, but this budget is beyond what they earn. Someone is earning, but he has a budget that throws him into deficit every month. So your budget must be lower than your income. Do everything possible to live below what you earn. For example, if you are earning 2.8 million shillings, the best budget would be below 2 million shillings. Say that you have 800,000 shillings to save, or you have 800,000 shillings to cater for, for some anomalies, and also to enable you live in a professional way. A professional way is this kind of life where when situations force, you can pick a boda and go home, rather than maybe because your budget is strained, the school bus has not taken you home, then you walk for 6 kilometers. You become a laughing stock. Your profession is under disrepute because of this. So save and live below your earning, so that you have some excess that will enable you upgrade or maintain your professional respect. For example, you go to a church and they are maybe mobilizing for funds, they are soliciting for funds. They will say, so and so, you're a science teacher, say something. You keep quiet, you look down, or you move out. Now, this church has students. They're going to say, oh, this man, you see, he's looking funny. So you need to have something extra because you are living below your what? Your means. Another thing, and principle number 9. Principle number 9 is pay off your debts. Pay your debts. Members, there is nothing that is going to taint your image as a teacher more than the small debts that we keep accumulating. Pay your debts, and in time, when you call a colleague and tell him, please send me some 20,000 shillings, maybe you went to the ATM and maybe the ATM was out of service and you don't have transport home, then I send you my 20. Don't wait for my call, please. Some of you are borrowing, but you are not ready to pay back. And also avoid unnecessary borrowing. Members, let's avoid unnecessary borrowing. Borrow only when you must. And know from whom, and know where do you borrow. Some of us, some people are borrowing even from parents. Some are borrowing from students. You tell a student, do you have some 20,000 there? And then you help me with it. Please, let's avoid that. We are teachers. Professionally, these people look at us with the maximum respect. Now, when you begin telling this child to lend you some 20,000 shillings, you are lowering yourself to his level, and the next day he will begin greeting you like Chimwana, Bonga, and he's telling you to Bonga because he feels now you are equal. Sometimes he may feel that he has more money than you. And he begins referring to you as a teacher, a chiman, a kaman, a woman, because you have degraded your professional life to a level of borrowing from students. Even from parents, it is not, I wouldn't advise a teacher to begin borrowing from parents, because these parents, you are giving them a point of discussion, a point of reference to discuss you, and they may not know when to discuss. Then they begin discussing, Mr. Bamuteze, before the students, their children that Bamuteze teaches. When the children come to school tomorrow, do you expect them to respect Bamuteze the way they would respect him before borrowing from their parent? So friends, let's avoid borrowing, but in case we've borrowed, let's borrow only when it is unavoidable, and we borrow from the right people. The best person to borrow from first is the bank. The second person maybe is a circle. The third person would be maybe a colleague. But all of this money must be paid back in a timely way. That one is going to keep us professionally respected, professionally adherent. Then I want also to talk about principle number 10. Invest wisely and professionally. Invest wisely and professionally. Sometimes most of us would wish to invest, but as we invest wisely. Go for those ventures that are not going to demand your full-time presence. Because when you go for a venture that demands you for your full-time presence, it means you will not have time to attend to your professional duty. And when you don't attend to your professional duty, it means the colleagues you're going to become a burden to the colleagues, a burden to the school, a burden to the community, a burden to the student, and therefore a misfit in the society. Teachers are not misfits. Teachers are people, are those that are role models that the younger ones look to for example. So invest in something that is going to allow you be a teacher when you are attending to your duties, and also when you can earn something. It is very good to always invest, but always, as you invest, please do it wisely. A good investment should require little time. A good investment should not be that one that causes it wouldn't be prudent for you to go and venture into commercial sex workers, and you gather them, you create a lodge, put them there, and you are now their manager. There you've lost it. Professionally, teachers are not supposed to go into that. Teachers are not supposed to venture into things that are voices to the community. You must look for something that is acceptable. As a teacher, it wouldn't be prudent to venture into a betting company or to make betting your investment. As these learners finish school and they run to the betting house, they find the teacher very busy scribbling with the odds. This odd 7, this odd 4, this one is going to yes, this is now no, this is X. I want to tell you, you are degrading the profession. So as we invest, do it wisely. As we invest, do it professionally, because that is the way we must do. In this profession, when you lose your respect, when you lose your morals before society, I want to tell you, you will never regain it. And I want to tell you, when you fail to regain your morals, your professional life will be gone. So I want to caution, and I want to call upon my colleagues. You cannot break even. You cannot have a happy life. You cannot have financial freedom without investing. But as you invest, do it wisely. As you invest, do it professionally, because that is the best way to go. Method number 11. Number 11, it says set goals and work towards them. You know, when you are living with your money is so sweet. But I want to tell you, when you get the money, but you don't have a goal, a target you are chasing, I want to tell you, at one point, you are going to find yourself spending anyhow. And as you spend anyhow, in the end, you'll live 5, 7, 10 years when you have nothing to show for the time you've been working. And this is going to cause professional stress, where you'll be hating the administration, where you'll be hating the government, where you'll be hating the students, where you'll be hating the colleagues, because you haven't set goals and therefore you had nothing to achieve. So set a goal. You are a teacher, yes, you are handling your lessons, but what are the goals that you are chasing in your waking up every morning, going to school, teaching the Krebs cycle and the photosynthesis and the like? What are you targeting in the next 5 years? You know, goalless people are useless people. These are people that will move in any direction. As you're going to school, then they say, no, the other one has bought a crate of beer, let's go and crash it. Then you go and first crash that beer. Before you finish the beer, your brain, you've lost your brain. You cannot go to class. And so such people are going to lose your professional life. So friends, set goals. Have a 10-year development plan. Have a 5-year development plan. And these goals are going to lead to improve your professional life. Personally, I have a 20-year development plan, and these 20 years, I have divided it into segments of 5 years. That's why you find me wake up very early in the morning, go to class, because this is what is bringing me the income, and I need it. When I'm there, I give an extra, because I know when these ones come, they appreciate me. Maybe it is the way to keep my profession. So because I have a goal, target being the best teacher, target being a rich man, target having a wonderful family, target taking your children to good schools. And I want to tell you, these are going to help you lead a better life. Stick to these goals. Some of us plan, and after planning, we leave the plans and resort to other things. But I want to tell you, create a plan and live by the plan. That is going to enable you improve. Then another one, number 12. I think this, let me make this the second last. Number 12, seek education on saving, investment, and financial buoyancy from experienced partners. Members, you know, we are teachers. You're a teacher of chemistry. Thank you for being a teacher of chemistry. You're a teacher of mathematics. Thank you for being a teacher of mathematics. But you are teaching the chemistry, you are teaching the mathematics, you are teaching the physics, the chemistry, the biology, the agriculture to gain money so as to look after your family, so as to create some standard of living around you. Now, when you study and you know a lot of mathematics, a lot of chemistry, but when you don't know money, this alone can cause you lose your professionalism. Because when you abuse money, the community understands the money. The community may not know your physics, they may not know your chemistry, they may not know your mathematics, but they understand the money. So learn money and manage your money in a professional way. And when you manage your money, you are going now to lead to be a professional in the society, because they are seeing this man leading the normal life, feeding his family, paying school fees for his children. How would you feel for the school around your community throwing your children out of school because of school fees? And among the people lining up to go and plead with the head teacher, you are there. I want to tell you, the people that know you as a teacher will lose respect for the profession. The students that you are teaching will lose respect for you. And as they do that, your professional life is going to be compromised. So, members, I want us to always set goals. And when we set these goals, we live by them. These goals are going, the set goals are going to enable you live in a society where everybody has a very expensive dress when you don't have it because you have a target. Where everybody is going to the nearby restaurant to eat lunch, and for you, you say, I'm going to eat the posho and the beans at school because I have a target. Lead that modest life. And it is that modest life that the student that is going to be educative, that is going to be exemplary to the students. When you begin living so high above standard, then you've lost your professional life as a teacher. Teachers are not supposed to be the leaders in style. Whatever is trending, you want to be the first to have it. I want to tell you, you will not be a good example to the learners. And then lastly, as a professional, I want you to consider your health vis-a-vis the money. Some of us, because we've got the money, we are being inconsiderate to our health. We are drinking so much, far above what we used to drink before the enhancement. This is dangerous. So mind your health. As you behave in the face of what you are having, mind your health. Health living is going to make you modest, is going to make you decent, is going to make you live within your means, because you are trying to also preserve your life. Imagine, I know of a teacher, and this teacher, whenever they pay the salary and he receives the message, he disappears from school for 2 weeks and is in the bars in the nearby area, drinking and sleeping with women. A teacher, imagine a teacher drinking and falling on the road, so that the students are the ones now to hold. The other one is holding the hand, this one the leg, they are carrying their teacher. That is a disgrace to the profession. Friends, let's mind our health. Some of us, because of the enhancement, are beginning to sleep with the X, Y, and Z. Some of whom are students. I want to tell you, let's mind our health. Let the money not be the problem, but let us now live with our money and break even. Behave like everything is normal. Why would you go to the staff room and begin ordering? You call a border from the nearby town. Please bring for me chips and chicken for breakfast. And the border charges you 5,000, brings you chicken and chips for 4,000, and then you do the same thing for lunch. What are you showing? Are you being a good example? So friends, let us learn to live within our means. In the next 2-3 minutes, I'm going to be finishing, but allow me guide on the principle of borrowing. Members, the best amount you can borrow is half your net worth in terms of the liquid cash on your account. If you have a business, borrow half of the net worth of your business. If your business is 50 millions, for example, it means you qualify to borrow 25 millions. The bank will fight hard to give you 50 millions because they want to kill your business, to take your business. A teacher who is borrowing money and is a wise borrower of funds will always borrow half his net worth, such that should there be an eventuality, in the business it is a risk, you take a risk. Should you take a risk and the risk turns against you, it means they will not liquidate you, but you will lose a half of your net worth, and then you use the other half to reconstruct your life. Friends, learn this principle, because today banks will be at our staff rooms all the time seeking to lend us money, sometimes beyond our net worth. And I want to tell you, that is a risk. You cannot borrow 25 millions to start a business of 25 millions, and you think after 3 years the 25 millions will pay 35 millions. That is the 25 plus the interest, and then you retain the business. Instead, the 25 millions will come for the 5 millions that you have, and the 5 you earn on the interest you add on the profits that you will be making to make the 35 that the bank wants you to pay back. And in the end, you'll become a servant of the bank. You'll hate the profession, you'll hate your friends, and this is going to be dangerous. As I conclude, friends, I want to pray that each one of us treats his money with respect. There is a saying that a fool and his money soon part, but a wise person will always keep his money passionately. So let us try to always have something on us. Let us create an emergency fund, and this is in form of saving, and the emergency fund will transcend into our investment. I want to end here for God and my country. I want to request, in case there are questions, I want to take them and I will answer them. I want to thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bamuteze.
Yes.
Thank you for the good presentation you've given us this evening.
Yes.
I have personally learned a lot of things. I'm very sure members have also picked something. Some of these ideas here, I don't know where you've been hiding with it. You shouldn't have gone for science. You should have gone to do economics, and we are very grateful, sir. Now at this members, you unmute yourself, raise up your hand, and if you cannot raise up, just unmute yourself and ask any question you would like to ask. I'm very sure Mr. Bamuteze is there still to answer us. Members, you're welcome. Yes. Members are welcome to give comments, to ask questions. Is anyone there? Hello? You touch on reactions. You have reactions there on your screen. You touch on that, choose where you can raise your hand, you will be picked. Then you unmute yourself and talk. I think you have been very loud and clear, Mr. Bamuteze. I'm seeing members who are here, the members who are still on. I see Mr. Kizito. You're welcome. Please, Mr. Kizito, no comment from you. You can't dare miss. Mr. Kizito is a regional coordinator, Lango region. Mr. Kizito, are you there with us? Hello? Oh, thank you, Evelyn.
There's a hand from Faith, Evelyn.
Evelyn Faith, you're most welcome. Please unmute yourself and give your comment. Hello, Evelyn Faith. Yes, Evelyn, you're on. You're most welcome. Hello? Evelyn, you're not picking us. Let me pick on Mr. Ogwang Silva.
Hello?
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 Yes, Evelyn, you're on. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I wanted to thank our presenter today, happy to be my faculty teacher at high. That was 2008, 2011. Thank you very much. This has been very powerful and I've learned a lot.
No, that's what is disturbing you. Sorry, Evelyn. We have lost Evelyn. She was coming on, but network is disturbing her. As we wait on, let me ask Mr. Gwang Silva to come on. Mr. Ogwang Silva.
Yes, please. Good evening.
Yes,
Good
please, you're welcome.
Thank you so
Please
much,
go on, Mr. Gwang.
Madam, for this session. I'm so much grateful for the preparations to bring such a wonderful lecture. And most of the things we have been missing them, we've not been knowing them. So this lecture of financial literacy is very, very important. As a person, I have learned a lot, and I promise that every time this kind of teaching is there, I'll make sure that I attend them.
Thank you. Thank you.
But one thing I want was the last point of borrowing a half your capital, something that I didn't pick that well. I request that our dear facilitator may help me clarify on that. Thank you very much and much.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Silva. Since I don't have another hand up, Mr. Bamuteze, please.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gwang Silva. Actually, even Evelyn was just thanking, and she appreciated the presentation. And I also want to say I'm humbled, and I'm also equally grateful for the opportunity. Now, Mr. Gwanga is asking what he wants more light on the fact that we need to always borrow half our capital. Now, friends, when you get a loan, loans come with interest. And when you get a loan that has an interest of, say, 18%, assuming you are picking a loan of 10 million, it means it is 1.8 per year. And when you get 1.8 per year, and you are going to spend 3 years with this money, it means you get 5 point something as interest towards this loan. And when you get 5 point something, you add to the 10, and this is the only money that you had, and you are going to invest this money. What is the probability that this money in the next 3 years will have made some 5 million? Remember, as interest. Remember, from this money is where you're going to pick the rent. From this money is where you're going to buy the initial things that you need, like the weighing scale and the like, in case it is a shop. And then from this money, you'll also pay the people that are working for you and the like. At the end of the 3 years, chances are very high that you'll have made maybe 1.4, and in the end, you need from your sources at least 1 million to top up. So you've spent 3 years working for the bank, and in case, you know, I've also mentioned. Remember, we are a special category of people borrowing money. We are teachers, and imagine I know of a teacher at my school. Actually, I'm sorry to mention this teacher. He has loans with 3 banks, but last week the bank came to the school, and the man was forced to jump over the fence to run away from school because he's running away from the money from the collectors of the bank. Now, friends, to avoid this fracas around us, the best would be borrow half of what you have. Meaning, if I'm to borrow 10 millions, at least I should struggle and save at least 20 millions. But if I can save 10 millions, then it means I qualify to borrow 5 millions. Even if the risks befell my venture, I would go back to my capital and offset this, and I maintain my professional life. I want us to avoid as much as possible head teachers beginning to now confront our bank agents and beginning to defend us, because we are losing our reputation before the head teacher, and sometimes even before our students. That's why I'm telling you, it is very prudent for you to borrow only half of your capital. And also, there is an underlying principle that I want you to see. If you don't want to borrow, to save, then you don't have discipline to even borrow. You don't qualify to borrow. By saving, it means I'll have money, but keep it, reserve it for some future use, and I live below what I earn, and that means I'll be able to pay back. But if you are only looking at borrowing, you borrow to buy a plot, you borrow to build a house, then it means you may not have the discipline at your discretion to manage to pay back the money. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bamuteze. Maybe we pick one last person, Mr. Umaise.
Yes.
Umaise. Please, you're welcome, yes. Mr. Umaise.
Yes, good evening, moderator.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, let me begin by appreciating Mr. Stanley so much for the presentation. Thank you. So I must thank you for the information you have given us this evening. I only have a few concerns. One, when it comes to financial literacy, if you are to see it in, you'll find that it is not only affecting teachers when you look at our community. And basing on what you have given out, how I wish you can get a platform of really sensitizing even other people. We shall benefit from your ideas. Two, when you look at the number of participants, the number is still low, but really this information or this message is very, very important. So what I request, since the session was being recorded, if there is a way the recordings can be published for people who didn't get the opportunity to attend, they can be encouraged to access. It will be very important for those ones who didn't attend the session.
Yeah.
Otherwise, thank you very much. God bless you, may give you more knowledge to educate the rest.
Amen. Amen.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir, for the comments you have made. But that response I'm giving is that, you know, I have a feeling that some of us still feel we are supposed to be given data for us to attend, but I have a feeling that is not correct. ProDev Hour has come to stay, and I want to kindly request that some of us who are already aware of the usefulness of this, we should help to sensitize others. It is going to pinch our pockets a little bit. It is going to pinch our pocket a little bit because you have to part with some money to help you get on. But now it's like some of our friends are not ready to, you know, part with the cash that we have, which is not correct. We have to, for you to benefit, you have to at least make some losses. I think Mr. Stanley has just talked about it. Many of us fear thinking. We don't even want to spend 1,000 in buying data. Now, how do we get to know some of these things? So kindly for us who have remained on ProDev Hour, let us be ambassador to tell the rest of the science teachers that we are already on, we are not going to go back. And next Thursday, we are going to have another very useful topic. So if they can listen to it and it helps them in, you know, improving on their professionalism, that would be so beautiful. Your request of posting on the recordings, it's okay, we have been doing that, but every presentation we have here is recorded. We shall try to make sure that the recordings are presented for members to have them for their own consumptions. I would like, therefore, to take this opportunity to thank all of us who have participated actively in today's presentation. I pray that our good Lord will keep us safe and see us again in the next presentation next Thursday. Please, our time is remaining from 8 p.m. in the evening every Thursday to 9 p.m. in the evening. So when the time is about, we should keep reminding our colleagues so that we do not miss any important information here. Please have a good night. Thank you very much. See you next time again. Bye.